Hello. Hey. Hey. Are we here? Are we live? What is going on? It says 2 minutes. That can't be right. Which stream are we even on? I don't know what's going on. Look, hey, we're here. We're streaming. I guess it's working. I hope it's working. Um, Hi. Good morning. Are we good now? Somebody on the chat say we're good. I see one yes from Mega XLR. Anybody else? Are we live? All right, good. Okay, sorry for that little bit of confusion, and I'm curious about how that's going to come out in the eventual archive. But at any rate, good morning. It's Friday. It's June the 5th, and it took us a couple tries to get this to work out. Thanks, everybody. Okay, good. Yes, we're definitely good. So here we are with Bebop. Just a little bit of technical difficulty this morning. I thought that my phone wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. So I restarted the stream and then had trouble getting it going, and then it was a big mess, and now here we are. There we go. You're all caught up. I haven't had enough coffee yet, so I don't know where I'm going to be this morning as far as the chat goes. But let's start with our Bebop update. Bebop, who she was up and active and walking around. She ate. She scratched on her scratching post. And now that the stream has started, she's decided she wants to just face the wall and not participate in any way. I don't know. I guess that's all right. She should get whatever she wants right now. As you know, she's pregnant with, when we had the x-ray done, we counted probably seven cats. I've been saying seven so confidently, but it's probably seven. Could be eight or six or something. I know that the seventh one on the x-ray was kind of a question mark, but I think seven's the right estimate still. At any rate, we think that she's pregnant with seven kittens, and that x-ray was done long enough ago that she really has to deliver soon before she starts to get outside of the ordinary range of things. I think that the first day that they show up on the x-rays in pregnancy, they say is about the 40th day, and then the average delivery is just after 60 days. So um, I guess, in theory, that gives us a 20-day window, and we had the x-ray on the 23rd, as Renda Lynn points out. So you can do the math from there and see we've still got some ways to go before we're outside of the average range, although we are outside of what we usually see. So I guess we're over the sort of the middle of that bell curve as far as the range goes, but definitely not outside of accepted territory. And I will say this for my part, and I think I've said this before. I'm really glad that she's taking longer than the vet and we thought at first. I'm very, very glad about that because I wanted her to gain a lot more weight. In fact, I was just talking to our vet this morning, and I expressed my opinion that I would like to see her gain another half pound before she has her kittens. But if she keeps gaining at the rate that she is gaining, that would put her all the way to next Wednesday, and that does not seem likely to me. That would blow my mind if she managed to wait all the way until Wednesday to deliver her little kittens, who people on the chat have started calling Weebops, her little Weebops. I think that is the cutest term. So, at any rate, yeah, I'm not at this point. I'm not at all concerned either. Her kittens, I check on them all the time. They're very active in there. I can feel them kicking pretty much all the time. I don't know how she puts up with it. They're very, very active kittens with a lot of important kitten things to do. Um, and I'm keeping an eye on her too, and her behavior seems normal. She's not too fussed. She does. Obviously, she can't be too comfortable, and she spends a lot of time, I think, trying to find the right place to lay down. Um, but she's a tiny cat, and with seven kittens in there, that's just what you would expect, I guess. So, needless to say, I, for one, am glad that she's taken a little bit longer than we thought. But I don't think that she's going to even take as long as I would like if it were possible. So, Sal Rico, is there a reason why she sleeps on the floor? Well, I mean, I'm sure that in her head there's some reason that she prefers this spot, but I can't figure it out. People have said that it could be because the wood floor is a little cooler. That's possible, but at least for the last few days, I've been keeping the air conditioning pretty high in here, so it's pretty cool all over because I don't want her to get overheated. So she could really sit anywhere. Um, we have noticed though in the past with pregnant mom cats, the more pregnant they get, the more they're likely to like a hard surface. In fact, Pumice is the one that always comes to mind for me first because she was the last mom cat that really kept us waiting for delivery, and she got huge. And her favorite thing to sit on was a the hard plastic scale that we used to use, a big white baby scale that was hard and mostly flat, and she just loved to sit on it. So my guess is they just sort of like the hard surfaces more. And sometimes lately she's been switching it up and sitting over here on the cardboard that's at the end of her litter box area. But she likes this zone quite a bit. And we even gave her this pastry board, which is made of stone, engineered stone, and it's even cooler than the floor. So if she just liked the cold and the hard, she'd sit on this, but she never does. So who knows? She does like to get around the room, though. You guys have probably seen she spends a fair amount of time, even last night and this morning. She sits on the top of the cat tree and looks out the window. She still likes to do that. That hasn't changed. And I haven't seen her hanging out in her corner too much anymore, but she does get over to the scratcher and scratch on it all the time. So she's getting full use of her room. This is my Acro coffee mug, by the way. That's the low poly count acro, which is on our store, I think, done by Jay. She did a series of those, one for each of the faculty. I still haven't collected them all, but I intend to. And what we're feeding her is this is RC Mom and Baby Cat dry food. This is Dr. Elsie's dry food, the clean protein, and this is a little bit of the fancy feast. Now, she used to like the Dr. Elsie's, and she's basically stopped eating it. And she's never liked the fancy feast, but I keep putting it in here just in case. You know, hope springs eternal, as they say. What she does eat is the RC Mom and Baby Cat dry, and in fact, she'd gotten down to the bottom of her bowl this morning, which is a great thing. And a lot of people ask what they see me putting on her food. The thing you see me putting on her food all the time is Fortiflora, which is a probiotic supplement, as it says here, feline probiotic supplement. But more than even using it for the fact that it's a probiotic, it also it makes their food taste good. A lot of times, it'll be the first thing that we go to when a cat doesn't want to eat. If you put a little bit of Fortiflora on their food, that'll turn them around quite a bit. It doesn't work 100%, but it's a good first thing to try if you've got it on hand and your cat doesn't want to eat. You sprinkle some Fortiflora on their food, and it might bring them around to it. A lot of cats really like the way it tastes, so or smells or whatever it is. Something about it attracts them. Anyway, she's being all tired now. She must have worn herself out because she got up and like I said, she was sitting on her thing and then she was scratching on her post and she had food and water. And then we got the stream started and she's just settled down. So we'll let her do that. There we go. Her belly is just so full. I was saying this 2 weeks ago when she came in. I was saying it was so full, like I couldn't believe she could possibly grow anymore. It's all so tight, like a balloon that's overfilled. And since then, she's just gotten bigger. It's incredible, really incredible. But like I said, I would like to see her gain even more. So it's good right now. All good, no worries. And I should point out to everybody that not only are we talking to our vet about it, but she likes to tune into the stream once in a while too. She likes to tune into the stream once in a while too and check on things, so she's keeping an eye on it, and everything is managed. Well, I would take you down to the master bedroom to show you Acro, but I forgot to turn down the volume on the TV, so all I can hear in the bedroom is myself yelling, and we can avoid that. I'll just tell you about Acro. Oh, hey, we've got kittens. Hey, buddy. That looks like Scuttlebutt. Hi, Scuttlebutt. What are you doing out here? I will tell you, Acro, he seems, I would describe his condition as not too much change yet. He is kind of the same in that his leg is still having a little bit of trouble, but he's also the same in that he is completely happy. He just purrs and purrs and purrs, and he's active, and he's starting to get around better. I think it's hard to say if he's getting around better, though, because his leg is a little better, or if he's getting around better because he's starting to learn, a little bit how to get around on it better. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that he is a happy cat, and we're giving him all the treatments and every reason to think that he will start to show some real improvement soon. So this is Banter, by the way, and Banter, hi Banter. I wanted to tell all of you guys. There's so many things that I say every time. I was just thinking about something before the stream, and then I forgot. One of the things that I've been repeatedly forgetting to tell all of you about Banter here is she has an approved adopter that has been in contact with us, and I know I told you that part. But the cutest thing is that her daughter has already given Banter a new name. I don't think I've mentioned that before. And the name that she has given Banter is Penelope Olivia, which I think is an awesome name, especially for Banter. I think it's a good name for her. Penelope Olivia. I mean, that is a big name for a kitten that is surely going to have a big personality. So I think that's adorable. And I've been meaning to tell you guys that for a while now, and I keep forgetting. Anyway, it's a great name. And let's see. Oh, and this is Blarney here. So we've got all three kittens now decided. They heard me talking and they came over here to join us, even though I wasn't intending to do this right here on the stairs. I guess it's as good a spot as any. Yeah, it's not just Penelope, though. It's Penelope Olivia, which, I mean, that really makes it, doesn't it? That's a heck of a name. All right, well, now they've got decided to go do other things except for little Scuttle Bunny here. I know Sandy has been giving us updates on Brooke here, and Brooke is doing great, but I also know that Sandy has been giving updates on our Facebook community page, so you can check there. And the reason I know that, even though I haven't been on Facebook very much in the last ever, I guess, is that some of our people have been taking the updates that Sandy shares on the Facebook and putting them in the alumni spam, easy for me to say, the alumni spam channel on our Discord server, where a whole bunch of previous adopters post pictures and stuff and updates. And so it fits right in there, and it's an easy way for me to keep up on them. So it's cool to know that Brooke is doing very well, and I guess started to meet her new sisters, and that's going pretty well. Not like you'd expect for Brooke, but everybody's being respectful. So that's important. And here we are. I brought down the food dish there. That's all headed to the kitchen with me and got waylaid. So Gabby is wearing her secret agent suit again. I know she had it off for most of the day yesterday, but I happened to take a picture of her sutures yesterday in the morning to share with DJ. And then yesterday in the evening, I was looking at them and I thought they looked different. So I took another picture and I compared the two, and they were different. It turns out that either she or her kittens, I don't know who, but I suspect her kittens, pulled out a couple of her stitches. And it was just really convenient that I happened to have the photos so that I could easily see how it looked and what was going on there. So the good news is that it doesn't seem like she's really all that bothered by it. And I sent the pictures to the vet, and the vet said, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you can pull open the incision, that's when she would want to see her come in and maybe at least add some glue or put back in some stitches, whichever the case would be. And we can't. Her incision is healing up very nicely, and the couple of sutures that have gone missing are no big deal. But I don't want them to make it any worse, so she gets to wear the secret agent suit again for a while. It's probably going to be at least several days before she gets to have a chance of having it off. So there you go. You're going to see her in the secret agent suit for a while because her kittens, I'm blaming her kittens, just couldn't leave it alone. One of the reasons I'm blaming her kittens, of course, is that the whole way I discovered it was yesterday. I walked in to her in her room, and little Blarney was having full-on nursing on her, just going for it, which is very cute to see. I'm surprised she puts up with all that, though. I'm surprised she puts up with it with her kittens this age at all. But then I'm doubly surprised that she puts up with it, considering, it's got to be a little sore there. So anyway, is what it is. This is the catastrophic creations. I don't know what you call it. It's a cat tree built into the wall, I guess, and it's made by a company called Catastrophic Creations, which you can find online, and it's some pretty quality stuff. The cats sure love it. We needed so I'll tell you this is now I'm rambling, I guess, because we covered all the news, didn't we? There's nothing else I had to cover. Um, One of the things that I try to do when we have multiple cats is I always want there to be more than one path to any given place that the cats want to be. And in this house, that has been very, very difficult for us to achieve because this is a more, like our old house was much easier because it wasn't a traditional style of house. And we had that nice upper area, and the cats could come down one way or the other. And the cat run had a couple different entrances, and it had a big tunnel that would go all the way around, and nobody could block anybody else, I guess is the point. This house is a little bit more linear. It's got two basically long hallways, if you count the kitchen downstairs, and all the rooms branch off of those long hallways, and it means that you can run into some conflict because a cat can, especially a cat that wants to cause trouble, can just lay down in one area, and then there may not be a way for another cat to get past him. And That's an important thing. We always like for there to be at least two paths to any given cat destination. That's sort of our design philosophy. And like I said, we've had some trouble getting that to work out in all cases here. We certainly we haven't accomplished all that the way that we would like yet. But that's the whole impetus behind putting that catastrophic creation stuff on the wall there on the stairs, is it gives the cats two ways up and down the stairs. And so that's at least one thing that we have managed to unblock. And I'm really happy about it. Everybody seems to love it, and the kittens even use it, which is cool. So that's what I was trying to say, anyhow. And that's also on my list of things to do for the cat run, because there's only one entrance and exit to the cat run right now. I really want to add on to it this summer. And my plan right now, at least, is to get it to go around the edge of the porch and have a second entrance to the cat run from the sunroom. I think that would be really cool, but that's a project I haven't even, I'm sort of thinking about ideas of how to design it in my head, but other than sort of thinking about it in my head, I haven't done a thing yet. Yeah, I noticed them all sniffing the blanket. I should sniff it myself, see if maybe Logan's had a go. Oh, yep. All right, well, so this is our waterproof blanket. Now it's time to see if it worked, because somebody peed right there, and I'm obviously going to blame Logan. Did he get any on the pillow? No, I don't smell anything on the pillow. That's not going to stop me from washing it, of course, just in case. Well, I'm just going to leave this here for now, and then after the stream is over, I'll come back and take care of it. But the waterproof blanket is still a little damp, so it couldn't have been, yeah. Anyway, that's great. So this is a good test of it, because we were just sent this waterproof blanket. It was sent for this exact purpose of protecting the beanbag from being peed on. And there we are. The beanbag has been peed on. We'll see if it did the job in the end. It's interesting. Let's see. I just want to smell the bottom part here, see if the pee came down. No, I don't think it did. It's hard to tell, though. I don't think so. Good. Good, good, good. All right, cool. Well, I'll have to tell you guys, you'll have to remind me later or tomorrow to tell you guys whether there was anything under the waterproof blanket or whether it worked. We'll find out. But for now, I guess when the stream is over, I'm going to have to take everybody out of this room and close the door while I'm washing the blanket. And I'm not sure what to do in the longer term. I guess take the beanbag out of here, because this is a valuable room for everybody to use. They like to have the door open, and we need that extra space. So I'll probably just have to find someplace else to put the beanbag for a while. These kittens are having some fun in here right now. In particular, let's see. Anybody pee in Acro's favorite bed here? This is one of Acro's favorite beds. No, I'm surprised. This has never been a target, but it really seems like it would be. They've peed in others of these, but never in Acro's for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I hear somebody else. Oh, there's Gabby. She's under the bed. Hi, Gabby. That's a shiny floor. We try to keep things clean around here. I know I'm always talking to you guys about cats peeing on this or cats vomiting on that. That is part of life with so many cats. I want to defend myself and say I do try to keep things clean and smell free as much as possible. So we do a lot of cleaning here. I think that was something that we didn't always do as well as we could have at the old place in particular. Um, they had the carpeted floors. Carpeted floors are a bad idea if you have a lot of cats. It just is a bad idea. That's why we don't have any carpeted floors at this new place and probably never will again. Um, as comforting as carpet can feel, it's just not a thing for us ever again in our lives. Gabby. Hi, Gabs. I know. You don't want to wear the suit. It's good for you, though. Trust me on this. It's much better than the alternatives of, say, going to the vet. Oh, what are you into back there? That's not a place for kittens either. Yeah, let's not go back there. Let's find something else to play with. Come on. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. Probably not going to keep them out of there. Okay, well, at any rate, everybody, I should try to wrap this up. So let me say thanks for tuning in to get the news on the kittens this morning. And I know there wasn't much to share. We're all just sort of waiting on Bebop to deliver. But for those of you coming in late, Bebop is fine. And I don't know exactly when she's going to deliver, but I just want to repeat the fact that I am really glad that it's taking a little longer because I want her to gain even more weight than she has. But she's gained about a pound since we thought she was going to deliver. And that's good. I'd like to see even more. Also, Acro, about the same, but we're keeping an eye on him, and he's very happy. He's a super happy cat. In fact, I'll tell you, I think Acro is really enjoying the fact that I'm taking extra care of him, and so I put like a litter box and food right in the master bedroom, and he doesn't have to leave. And he thinks that is just a slice of heaven. He's really enjoying himself. Plus, I wanted, this is off the topic, but I don't know what's up with Eddie, but Eddie has been crazy for attention the last, I don't know, 24 hours. He will not leave me alone. This morning I had to do that thing where I'm sure any of you that have cats have been down this road where you're in bed and your cat really wants you to wake up and they start bothering your face and they'll like put their paw on your face or even I used to have a cat that he'd put his paw on my lips, and that was like his warning. And then he'd slowly put his claws out until they started to prick my lips. And that's how he would try to wake me up and get me out of bed. It was pretty ridiculous. So Eddie's doing all this stuff to me this morning, and I had to pull my blankets up over my head like I was hiding from a monster just to get a couple extra seconds of bed. Eddie was really going at it, and just all night though he was like super crazy snuggly. I don't know what he's all about, but it's cute. It's very cute. He's having fun. So, anyway, that was just an aside. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. Sorry that this feels like the stream where all we're seeing is like mom cats facing away from the camera. That's ridiculous. But you know, you can't win them all. I guess if we're going to do this every day, there's bound to be a few losers, and I don't just mean me. Uh, um, anyway, no, I hope it was entertaining enough, and today is Friday, which means tomorrow is, at least in theory, mailbag if we're not too busy delivering kittens at that time. I feel very strongly that she's got to deliver her kittens this weekend. It just seems like it's getting to the point where it's impossible to believe it's going to take longer. But we'll see. Um, Anyway, tomorrow should be mailbag, which means there shouldn't, at least in theory, be a close up, but we'll have another close up like this on Sunday. I don't know what I said. Did I say? I don't know what I said. Tomorrow's Saturday. Mailbag is tomorrow. There won't be a close up tomorrow on Saturday, but there will be a close up on Sunday. Yeah. So thank you all one more time. I do mean I say that I finish every stream that way, and I don't ever want it to sound like it's just something I finish the stream with because I do sincerely, I mean it, and I feel so much gratitude towards all of you, not just for listening to me ramble, which I personally would never do. I would just turn off the sound and watch the kittens if it were up to me, which you can are welcome to do. But I also want to say thank you so much for participating in the chat, getting the word out about Kitten Academy. All that helps us get kittens adopted, and that is what we are all about. So you guys are a big part of making that happen. Even if all you do is just watch the kittens, you are still a part of making that happen. I really do appreciate it. So that's it. All right. I will talk to you all later. It's me, Mario. Oh no. Poor Mario. What did he do? He's seen some better days. I think, just for the record, I think this Mario was supposed to go home with Brooke, and I just discovered it underneath her cat tree, so it didn't make the trip, and I thought it was too beaten up to add to the stuff that I have to ship to her adopter anyway. So now it just belongs to anybody. Apparently, it belongs to Bebop. I mean, Bebop. I just called her Bebop. What I meant was Penelope Olivia, of course. So there we have it. All right. We better get Luigi in here. Mario needs an assist. Needs some help. Virtual boop for Ari. Boop.